Hello, my lovelies. I trust that you are naturally fantastic, amazing, and suitably excited about getting stuck into what is going to be, if it's not already, a very, very fabulous and awesome Thursday. So I'm really just making sure that all of those, my Wi-Fi is not on and everything like that. We had some interesting connectivity issues yesterday. I could not see any of your comments until after I got off. So thank you for those of you who came along to play yesterday and let me know that what I'm saying is not completely boring you to tears. So really helpful. What I wanted to talk with you about today, though, first and foremost, is our all access pass. Now, it occurred to me yesterday that maybe some of you are a little bit confused about what that looks like. And I guess what I've decided to do is showcase a bit of a course or a program or something like that's in there that you can utilize, and then you can, go from there. So one of the courses that are in there is called Rock Your Startup. And the reason that this was created, that particular program was created, was to help me back then, right? So it was a course I created this year, last year actually, that I took people through live. But what it did for me, it was like, what would I want to know if I was starting up my business right now? And that was the way that I delivered the content and everything like that. So from, do you have an ascension model? How do you deliver? How do you price your stuff? How do you actually do all of that? How do you make all of this stuff work? And so I thought that would be something that would be really freaking helpful for a lot of you who are in that space of going like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where to start, and everything like that. Now, let me see if I can. I thought it was /rock, but apparently it is not. I was just looking to see if I could find the link and actually tell you specifically what it was that I had in there. But I suppose what I did when I was outlining, here we go, like when I was outlining the stuff, I actually wrote a letter to myself to the 2010 version of Nicola, right? And this is something that you guys can use as well, right? So if you think about your audiences and you think about what you know now, you can go back and you can say, wow, you know what? This is the stuff that I wish that I knew. And you can build your online course, your online program, your book, your workshop, whatever it is that you're doing, build it around this. So in Rock Your Startup, the things that we've gone through are templates, checklists, strategy, business models, how to make sales, online sales, how to copyright, how to market, all of that kind of thing. And that's one of the most, I guess, like the things that are really necessary. So when you're in startup mode or you're looking at transforming your business, planning for success is important. Building foundations, knowing who your hot cold clients are, your niche, having content created, getting to know them, branding, business models, creating results in advance, relationship building, leveraging social media, and funnels. So that's a highlight of Rock Your Startup. So at the moment with all access, that's included in there. It originally sold, it's a home study now, but it's in all access for the $99 a month. Right? So if you're looking at getting any of that stuff down, then jump in all access ASAP. Wanted to get that down. All right. So the next thing that I wanted to talk to you about comes off the back of a conversation that I was having with a very fabulous clinician in the US this morning about motivation, actually. And one of the things that we were talking about came off the back of a conversation I'd had with them last week. And the question was, how do you get motivated to get out of your chair, right? So we've got two things going on. Number one, we've got people who are, hunkered, bunkered down, doing the things. So really great at doing that. They're learning, they're creating, they're editing, they're doing whatever it is that they're doing, content creation, they're doing the videos, they're coaching, consulting, they're clinicians, maybe working with their clients, you're doing the do. So you've got to find some motivation to get up and out of your desk, up and out of your chair to go and do something different. The reason that this is so freaking important right now is that because we're all working from home, the amount of screen time has gone up. We are all in many of us who are not used to doing online conferencing or online facilitations of what we do. We're spending a lot of time on our phones. We're spending a lot of time hunched over. We're spending a lot more time using all of the parts of our brain to be able to do our job. And let's face it, it's fucking exhausting. So we've got to be able to break that cycle of screen time. We've got to break that cycle of sitting. We've got to break that cycle of just pushing through until the job's done. Now, on the other hand, if you're using this getting up and out of your chair as procrastination, then that's a whole different story. So we're assuming in this example that you're someone who's just like, right, I'm not moving until this job is done, which is something that I employ when I'm writing. Like when I'm writing my book, I'm like, okay, I am not getting out of my chair until I've done X, Y, Z, or until I've got 5,000 words under my belt, or until this chapter's finished, or whatever it is that I'm doing. So we've got to look for the motivation to get out. And the question last week was, well, like, what do I do in order to do that? And each one of us is going to have a different opinion. Now, if you're coming in, please let me know. Type some comments in there. I don't know if they're just not showing or if you guys are just not talking to me again today, which I might start taking it personally if we get to tomorrow and there's no more comments. That could be very strange. You guys are normally really great at letting me know that you're there. So please let me know that you're there. I'm really kind of curious. So a lot of you are motivated to get out of your chairs, but some of you are not. And so for me, what I like is a project. I like, and I mean, it's helpful having my children home because, they're very vocal at, Mom, we've got to have dinner, or we've got to go do this thing, or you promised we could go for a bike ride. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, we did. I did say that. You are correct. So some of you have already got built-in mechanisms for being able to get up and out and do those things. Hi, Kim. Thank you for letting me know that you are there. I really appreciate it. And apparently the comments are working and people just didn't want to talk to me. So please talk to me. I really love it when you talk to me. And it's all about me. No, it's not. It's all about you. It's about us. Let's be honest here. It's a give and take relationship, right? This is not just a one-sided thing. So the other camp though are so we've got this one camp of people who are like, all right, I dig in, I find it hard to get up and out of my chair, and I like projects to work on to get me out. So children, we're renovating our granny flat like I've spoken to you guys about. I work out in the other areas. So, I've got the impetus in that sense to get up and get out. Otherwise I, keep going. I'm a bit like that. Like I'm just like, go, 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 go. So I've got to have these external things going on in order to get me out of my office. The other people are people who are perhaps not quite as busy as what you could be. And this is a conversation I had this morning. And it's not actually about being busy. It's about, if you've got time, this particular human that I had the pleasure of chatting with maybe works a few days a week. And she was saying that she just didn't have the motivation to do more things, to work on her business. She was just kind of like what I've seen play out for other people and for myself. We can sometimes coast. And you know what? That's okay at different times. But if it becomes a bit of a habit, then that can become a lifestyle. And then if you're not feeding that marketing beast or the content beast, then you may not get new clients and you may not build waiting lists and those types of things. So it's important that you have, that you've got something to do. So the conversation that I had with her was, all right, if you know that you're really good at switching off from business, but you know that you need to work on it, then create a short-term project. Now, you guys may be very similar to me. I get really excited about stuff, and then there's a new shiny thing that I can get to play with and talk about and do and facilitate and things like that, right? And so for me, I like to have short-term projects. So a project that I suggested that she did was go and map out a series of blogs or topics that she could talk about, and maybe set a 2-week time frame to go and film all of those. It could be, about going and doing some research, right? And then that way I go, okay, I'm going to go and do that. And then I've got 2 weeks. It's only 2 weeks. And then you can dig in and get that down and get that done. The other thing that I said, and I think that this is super important for lots of us, thanks, Kim, it is so true. Something that's really important is this external accountability. So what I will do personally, if I'm creating something new for free, for instance, I'll go, hey, you guys, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm creating this new free thing for you, this free resource. Keep your eyes out. It should be launched by Friday. Can't wait to share it with you. Now, I may not have done all of the work on it, but by me saying to you that it's coming, I know that I will deliver on what it is that I've promised, right? If I am sitting here thinking like I journaled a new program, really awesome program yesterday, and I'm like, okay, I know that I know that I want to share this. I'm going to launch it. This is an example. I'm going to launch it to you guys next Wednesday. Hold on to your hats. It's going to be super freaking badass and really freaking awesome. And I can't wait to get it out to you. I'll let you know that it's coming because it makes me then do the creative work. And I've got a deadline. I've got a finite period of time to get it done, because otherwise I'll get distracted by doing something else. And not all the time, but sometimes I'll get distracted by doing something else. And then the worst thing for me, my almost like my biggest fear, my biggest worry or concern would be that I don't deliver on what it is that I've promised. That would just be shot to the heart, and you're to blame. That would kill me, whether it's a free thing or whether it's a paid thing or anything. Integrity is my 100%, my top value. So for me, making sure that I'm delivering is really crucially important. And that's where, for me, that external accountability can really be, incredibly helpful, I think. So yeah, that's that. So we've got these two types of motivation. Now, you can find this motivation to get up and out of your chair, or you might need motivation to get into your chair. Either way, have these, create some time and space and some boundaries, essentially, where you've either got things to go and do, and actually you've got things to come and do in the moment as well. So that's a kind of like a doing motivation, right? And I think the thing with that is it can be really helpful, but sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes that's not enough. Joan, shiny objects and distractions, because we don't know how or where to start. We do the simple stuff first. Overwhelm keeps us in our pattern. Yeah, that can be true for some people, then where you get under pressure and you do it. I don't get distracted because I don't know how to do stuff, and I don't tend to get distracted by the shiny thing. I just get excited by the ideas, right? I know how to implement the stuff, but you could be right. For some people, perhaps that is, and I agree with you, that would be true for some people. The distractions come because maybe you don't know how to do it or where to find the information in order to do it, right? So I think that can be true for some people as well. The other thing that I've been thinking about, though, post this call this morning, is that sometimes it's not actually motivation that you need. It can be purpose. So what I mean by that is it's not just the purpose of finding your purpose, right? I'm not necessarily talking about that, although that is absolutely freaking important and crucial. But purpose for me, in this example from a motivation perspective, is like, well, why are you doing it? For what purpose? What is the intention behind it? Now, sometimes you don't need motivation to get up and do the things. Like, I can sit here and encourage you and motivate you and, rah, 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 you would stick a rocket up your ass, and some people still won't do anything. And that's okay. Because sometimes what can happen is like all of the rah-ness isn't enough if you're not sure on how it fits, or sure on what the purpose of it is, or sure on how it connects to your purpose. It can be not enough to actually motivate you into action. So you've got to come back to, well, what's the intention behind this and why am I doing it? It could be about connecting with your audience. It could be about, staying in touch with your hot, cold clients. It could be about motivating other people and inspiring and educating, hanging out with amazing humans. I know for me, the thing that I want more than anything is I just want to help people. I've been saying it for years. I just want to help people. I just want to help them do the things that they love to do, help amazing humans, help more people. That's for me. That's what I really want to do. And, that way, everything that I do then connects back into that. So my coffee runs, the motivation, here's the thing, you guys. The motivation to do these coffee runs every day isn't always there every day, right? I will still, I do them 99.9% of days, depending on what's going on, not the weekends. Most days I show up, I do the thing because that fuels my purpose, right? It fuels me. It helps me. It helps me knowing that I'm helping you guys. Good morning, Catherine. Good morning, Carmen. And I think that if you connect back into that, what's your purpose and what is the purpose, it makes the motivation equation so much easier. I think the motivation, sometimes it's necessary to dig in and find that grit and just fucking do it anyway, and stop listening to what I wrote about yesterday is just saying to the devil, you're retired now. I don't need you. I rebuke you. You're gone. You're done. Your time is done. That's enough now. And then you just dig in and you have grit and you just get in over this, right? And then that can be the thing that can help you move. But sometimes some of the best things that you can do is take a step back, and instead of getting into doing, get back more into being. So some things for me that I might use, and some things that I've recommended for people. Go and find a book to read, like an audiobook, or read a book. For me, motivation can come from that, even though I'm not actively, I know you're doing something because you're actively reading, but you're not doing as in producing. For me, a lot of the motivation, if I feel like I need something else that I can't get for myself, or if I'm feeling like my, this purpose isn't enough to drive me today, sometimes I'll plug in something that I might be learning or wanting to be fully immersed in, and then the motivation becomes the byproduct of that anyway. That makes sense, because I'm kind of sitting back, I'm being more. Journaling does the same thing for me. Kim, meaning over motivation. Yes, saving my mental health at the moment. Yeah, I think that's really important. I don't think it's really important. I know it's really important. And for some of us, we'll have periods of time where you'll go go, bunker down, knuckle in, keep going. And then other times it'll be hold up a second. I can't give that to myself. You can be motivated externally. Other people will be motivated by going in first and then kind of coming out. And you've just got to work out, each day it can be different, right? What's going to work for you on this particular day, and then using all of these tools that you've got available to you to be able to get out there and do that, because your people need you. Let's be honest. All right. So I trust that is helpful for you. Thanks for coming along to play. It's really great to see you guys. If you've got any questions about anything, make sure you hit me up. Really, really lovely talking to you. So there you go, my friends. Most of all, though, get out there, go help some people, have a whole ton of fun doing it. Remember, the world is ready for your brand of awesomeness. I will see you tomorrow. Mwah! Goodbye.